I am going to paint this the image here, and it's more of a night sky landscape, and the sky is more about galaxy sky, and I am using a purple to blue to red, red to blue kind of color tone across this entire image. And I am going to show you the layers for how I paint this image. Let's go over to ibispaint X. On the right side, you can see all of the layers I've created using this app to paint the fantasy landscape, which more kind of have a galaxy kind of sky. Let's hide all of the layers. And how do I draw this? Let's enable the first foreground layer. So this is this foreground layer where I have the sketch here, and the base, this is the base color using pen fit, and across this entire painting I'll be using pen fit texture pen. Texture pen is for building the textures of the foreground, and watercolor bit is for the sky. This is special star brush. This is the special light brush, and the airbrush for some overlay glow onto the sky. And some of the grass brushes are this one, and grass Luzula color. And then I'm also using the goose grass, as well as my custom grass is this one, custom made brush. And for the first layer, I add in the shadows using the pencil, using the texture pen, and then I add in some more lights. And then here is the grass layer. Here is more of I'm also using this texture using the coarse pencil, and this is the coarse pencil is to guide me where I should put the grass color. So which grass would be dark and which grass would be around at the light side. Okay, that's for the foreground. For the next layer I'm going to do is the clouds. Okay, not the clouds. Let's enable the sky, because this is more of a background. The layer I have is first the base color of pink. I am using pen fade, and then the next layer is the more of like gradient layer, where I use an airbrush to make kind of brighter pink on top, and there's a darker shade of pink at the bottom. Next, I am going to paint the clouds. Let's enable the cloud layer. I have many layers here, but let's hide everything. And so this is okay, this is the base layer of the clouds. Where I am using watercolor bleed, and there's the base pink and then a lighter pink around the clouds, and then duplicate this, change the blend mode to lighten, duplicate again, change the blend mode to lighten just to give it a bit more glow. And then this one is a lighter toned color where I set it to screen, where this is normal. Okay, this is normal at about 37 opacity, and this is the actual color of the clouds coming off the light color. And then I decrease it to about 30-ish and set it to screen to give a more glowy effect. And then as I duplicate it, and also, but this one the opacity is about 90%, and then this blend mode is green. And the next layer is the kind of clouds. I put in a different tone of purple, so it's more kind of have a variation of different colors. So I'm just using an analogous color palette. So this, and then this layer is this is kind of a light. This layer is the overlay layer, just to bring in some more pink effect, pink glow effect. That's all for the clouds. I am going to now paint in the stars. Let's enable the star layer. I have this layer 4 is the small star, where I using sanguine pen star at, and the second photo is the big star, where I am using the light. Okay, the light brush. Next, I am going to enable this folder. This more like an overlay effect. This layer have I'm using an airbrush to paint in some light purple to bring in more of the glowing purple color effect. And then for the final effect, I am using in a tone curve adjustment layer to bring in more shadows on the entire image. And then I add in brightness and contrast and hue and saturation, where this one I add in more saturation. And for the brightness and contrast, I bring in some brightness and decrease the contrast. And for the tone curve, I adjust the sliders to make the shadows and highlights a bit more balanced. Now let's watch the video speed paint. Here I am drawing the sketch for the layout and how I want the foreground, and I continue to paint in the base color for the foreground and the sky. Purple is about purple to red color, and then next I draw in the block in the colors for the shadows. Those are all different shades of red, and I add in the gradient for the sky using an airbrush. I'm continuing to put in all of the grass, and I do many different variation of grass, and I kind of redraw the lines for the base color for the sketch for the foreground, and I add in some more textures for the grass ground layer. I kind of lower the foreground to about 3/4. It's about 1/3 of the page. I am now using the watercolor pen blade to draw in the clouds. And I add all the overlay effects and different the lights and shadows for the clouds, and I add in different color purple to make it a bit more to make the clouds have different color. And I am using the star pen to draw in the stars. I add in some purple effects on overlay layer for the purple color, and I put in the light using the light brush to draw in the big stars, and I erased a bit, and now I am using the adjustment layer to make the image to have more contrast and adjust the shadows. Thank you for watching until the end of this video. I am going to make some more of this sketch, and I'm also trying to exploring new stuff on ibispaint X, and I'm also going to make a new paintings, and I will try my best to paint new paintings and I try to come up with more ideas for the painting in the next video. I hope you liked this video. Thank you. I see you in the next review, in the next paint video.